Hey guys, this will probably be my last video for today. I have to take a shower. I have to watch some television. I like to watch my shows at night, TV shows at night with my mom. Um, and then I probably go to bed. Anyway, today I'm gonna be reviewing the final episode of Gravity Falls. Finally, we made it through season 1. Just one more season, and we can finally move on to other things. This has been a ton of work, man. So if you're viewing this video right now, I'm just gonna say thank you so much. Like, even just one view will make my day. Um, like, obviously the more the better, but like, I really appreciate you guys who not only just like my videos or subscribe, but even just view my videos. Like, just click on my videos. It really helps the channel a lot, and it really keeps me motivated to keep going. Not very many subscribers right now, so if you're not subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, because I work really hard on my content. So I'd like to I like to I mean I don't even know. I mean, right now my mostly video only has literally 40 views, and that's not very much compared to people of thousands or even millions of views. Um, but yeah, I just want to say I appreciate y'all who just even view my videos. You don't even have to like them. You don't even have to subscribe. I mean, it would be appreciated, but even just viewing my videos makes my day. So I just want to say thank you for that. Anyway, today we're going to be reviewing Gideon Rises, the 20th and final episode of Season 1 of Gravity Falls. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. The episode starts off with a bird's eye view of Gravity Falls as the town is engulfed in a mysterious shadow. The scene then shows the mystery shack being covered by this mysterious shadow, followed with a wrecking ball hitting the top and breaking off part of the sign, recreating the ending of the previous episode. Dipper wakes up screaming and announces that he had a horrible dream that Gideon had stolen the deed to the mystery shack, and he and his family had to move in with Seuss and his grandmother. Seuss then appears by Dipper, correcting him that it was not a dream. Mabel then remarks on how Seuss's grandma is old lady soft, and she starts rubbing her cheeks while squealing happily. Sand tells Mabel to stop being creepy because the news is finally on. Chandra Jimenez is seen on the TV talking about how Gideon had surprisingly taken over the Mystery Shack. She asks Gideon what he plans to do with the building. Gideon responds that he wants everyone in Gravity Falls to visit the grand closing of the shack so he can show everybody his plan for something special. Gideon also offers free admission to anyone wearing a pin with his face on it. Overhead, Old Man McGuck is busy working on the Gideon bot. Dipper, discouraged by losing to Gideon, mentions that he usually fixes everything before it goes wrong, and it's his fault that Gideon now owns the shack. Mabel tells him to cheer up and says that she'll have to be the hero of the family now, while pulling out her grappling hook. Dipper disagrees, arguing that the grappling hook has never helped them the whole time they spent in Gravity Falls. Mabel disagrees and tries to grab a jar of jelly with it, but this just causes the jar to break and leaves a huge mess. Annoyed and depressed by their situation, Stan states that they need to get the shack back. The next day, all the residents of Gravity Falls are waiting outside of the mystery shack, excited for what Gideon has in store for them in the shack. In the background, the camera zooms in on Mabel, Dipper, Seuss, and Grunkle stand in the skies, thinking of a way to get the deed back. Gideon comes out of the shack reading the huge crowd in front of him. After a short speech, he reveals his plan to build a new Gideon-themed amusement park dubbed Gideon Land. The Pines family and Seuss gasp upon hearing the announcement. Gideon then shows Waddles dressed up as Gideon, making Waddles a new attraction in Gideon Land's mascot. Mabel then screams and calls Gideon a monster. The group then charges onto the stage, trying to convince everyone that Gideon is a fraud and that he stole the deed to the shack and should be arrested. Gideon walks up to them and tells everyone that he has proof that Stan gave him the deed and pulls it out of his suit. Sheriff Blubbs believes Gideon. Dipper, Mabel, and Stan are kicked off the stage and property off of the shack by 2 guards, much to Gideon's delight. After getting kicked out, Seuss and the Pines family are stranded outside of the fence, glumly watching as Gideon speaks more about his plot for Gideon Land. Wendy walks up to them, surprising Dipper. Depressed, Wendy states that now, since she has no job, she has to leave town and work at her cousin's lumber mill. Dipper freaks out and says she can't leave and that they need her. Seuss then almost reveals Dipper's huge crush on her by stating, Dipper has a huge crush on eucalyptus trees. She soon leaves when Robbie arrives with his boombox and pleads for her to take him back. Back at Seuss's house, Mabel is worried on where they would stay, with Seuss reminding her that Stan always has something figured out. Stan calls Dipper Mabel's parents, saying where they are, lying by saying they are in a 4-star hotel, despite the ruined state the house is in. Meanwhile, at the Mystery Shack, Gideon is seen looking through the contents of Journal 2. Waddles tries to escape through a window but cowers in a corner due to Gideon's pig whistle knocks on, trembling in fear. Poor Waddles. Gideon's father arrives and tells him that he should be celebrating Gideon then instead on looking at the book. Gideon then tells the father the true nature of this book, saying it was written many years ago by a brilliant unknown author who learned secrets too powerful for one man, and hid the journals where no one could find them, because he knew that when the journals are brought together, it would lead to a gateway of unimaginable power. Gideon says that the codes and maps from the journal have led him to believe that the other book is hidden somewhere on the shack's property, and is determined to find it. While Dipper, Mabel, and Seuss are playing with toy cars, Stan arrives and tells the kids that he can't take care of them anymore, and that they'll be going back home, handing them the bus tickets. Dipper pleads to Stan that he can't give up, but Stan says that they've lost, and heads out the door with Seuss soon following him, telling him to reconsider. Dipper soon has had enough and tells Mabel that if Stan won't get the shack back from Gideon, then they will have to do it themselves. Mabel also reminds Dipper that while Gideon may have the upper hand, they have one thing he doesn't have, Journal 3, though Mabel first states that her grappling hook is their advantage. Dipper and Mabel then attempt to break into the shack with the help of the gnomes, but Gideon turns the gnomes against them with his pig whistle. As the gnomes grab a hold of both Dipper and Mabel, Dipper drops the third journal, causing Gideon to steal the journal from him. Dipper tells Gideon to give the book back, but Gideon instantly mocks him, telling him he has no muscle, no brain, and is nothing without the book. He then waves them goodbye as the gnomes carry the twins away. After being dropped off in the forest, Dipper realizes that it's over. A shocked Mabel tells him that he can't give up, and as he always has a plan, Dipper dismisses it. The journal has the plan, and that the only courageous and cool thing he had ever done was because of the journal. Without it, he can't help anyone. With no option left, Dipper and Mabel head to the bus station and head out of town. Back at the Mystery Shack, Gideon is overjoyed to have Dipper's journal and runs inside with it, but is stunned to find that it's Journal 3 and only needs Journal 1, as he thought there were only 2 journals. Thinking that Dipper dropped the third one to leave Gravity Falls with the first, he will not leave him go away from Gravity Falls. He runs out of the shack and asks old Man McGucket if the giant statue he has finished building is ready, to which he suggests that Gideon might as well test it. Gideon gets into the statue, which is revealed to actually be a robot, and sets off to get to Mabel and Dipper. Meanwhile, at Seuss's house, Stan is hit rock bottom, having no friends, family, and being stuck on infomercials. He then looks at the Gideon pin, wondering how he always was one step ahead. Eventually, his hearing aid acts up and wonders what's causing it to happen. Stan soon realizes Gideon's weakness and leaves the house, stopping to kiss Seuss's grandmother. As the bus continues its drive, Dipper sees the Gideon bot and tells Mabel, and they run to the bus driver, soon realizing that Seuss is the driver. Gideon chases them, and Seuss, Dipper, and Mabel get cornered at the edge of a cliff. Mabel and Dipper escape, and Gideon tells them he wants Journal 1. After Dipper tells him that 3 was the only journal that Gideon stole, Gideon grabs Mabel and throws Dipper aside, claiming that he will rule Gravity Falls with Mabel as his queen. As Dipper steps back and remembers Gideon insulting him, he sadly walks away, only to turn back and jumps off the cliff into the Gideon bot. He and Gideon start to fight, and enraged Dipper eventually catches a punch, then starts to punch Gideon with his own fist, and with one last hit, makes the Gideon bot's head turn around. The bot loses the control, which makes it fall off the bridge, and Mabel and Dipper are saved by Mabel's grappling hook. Gideon then lies to the crowd, drawn to the sound of the crashing robot, saying that Mabel and Dipper tried to kill him by blowing up his bot using dynamite, and orders the cops to arrest them despite Dipper's protests. As the cops get ready to arrest the twins, Stan shows up, revealing that the Gideon pins given to everyone at the grand closing were actually hidden video cameras, which Stan has deduced by realizing that his hearing aid has been picking up the feedback. The crowd, shocked by this, turn against Gideon, and he is arrested for conspiracy, fraud, and breaking their hearts. As the police take Gideon away, Stan reclaims the deed while secretly taking Journal 2, and he and the others return to the Mystery Shack. When they settle their things back in the room, Stan checks on the kids. Dipper and Mabel tell Stan that they were talking, and they wanted to show Stan Journal 3, exclaiming that they finally trust him. Stan laughs, crediting everything the twins told him to be a result of reading the book, and borrows it. Dipper starts to run after Stan to get the journal back, but Mabel stops him. Dipper and Mabel agree to each other that Dipper does not need the book because he had defeated a giant robot with his bare hands. Afterwards, they go hang out with Seuss. Later that night, Stan takes the book and later opens the door behind the vending machine. He walks into a hidden laboratory and goes down an elevator to level 3. Revealing that he has Journal 1, he places the 3 books together with each open at a specific page, revealing blueprints for a mysterious machine. He uses instructions from the pages to activate the machine and pulls the lever to turn it on. The episode ends with Stan saying, "Here we go," before the screen cuts out, leaving the viewers to wonder if Stan is a good guy or if he's more of a threat than Dipper and Mabel have or ever will face. And that was episode 20. We finally made it through season 1. I'd give this one at least like a 4.5, maybe even a 5 out of 5. I really like this one. Gideon Rises was a good one. I think I did like this one a little bit better than the last one, I'm pretty sure. I mean, they were both really good, but I think I like this one, like maybe like a tiny bit better. Not by much, like the smallest amount better. Just like a minuscule amount. They were both really good, but I think I liked this one a little bit better. Alright, I'll see you guys next time for season 2, episode 1. Scarioke, I think it's called. Like karaoke, but like scary. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.